What a way to start the year. We're taking everything away. Oh wait, you're stopping your D&D Beyond subscription. You're not giving us money. So maybe we won't, but we're not going to say right now. I think it goes to say that a certain big company has lost a lot, if not all trust, in just the past few weeks. So how do we move forward? Let's talk after the intro. In this video, we're going to talk about making 2023 a great year for gaming, specifically for game masters and players. I'm not going to address independent publishers, and I am one. And I'm certainly not going to get into the legalities of what's copyrightable and what's not. I'm trained as a chemist. You should not be taking legal advice from me. I just want to talk about how this mess can produce hopefully some positive things for this coming year and beyond. Now, first up, the elephant that's in the room and pooping on the rug. Should you continue to play D&D? Sure, who am I to tell you not to? And one way to think about it is, you can't really hate a game because of a company. For example, you can't hate baseball because you might disagree with something that maybe MLB management does. It's just a game, and if your kid wants you to throw the ball so they can hit it with the bat, absolutely, we should do that. But here's a thought. Play with your existing rule books. Play with older editions. And what I'd like to say for all you 5e folks, welcome to the Older Editions Club. We're happy to have you, and we want to have some great adventures together. Another good thought is to play basic fantasy. It's free. I'm associated with the project, but it's absolutely free. It's a great familiar gateway game for the hobby. And, if you're having fun in your current D&D campaign, certainly go for it. But don't be afraid to break it up, especially here in 2023. Use your own world rather than, some corporate world like the Forgotten Realms. Make up your own homebrew world. Maybe instead of Spelljammer, put them on a wooden Starship Enterprise. Maybe have your players, your barbarians and your sorcerers taking care of secret monster threats in modern-day New York City or London or something. This hobby is a product of your imagination, as they used to say back in the day, not big games. Now, should you switch fantasy games? If you and your group want to, great. Maybe big company has put a bad taste in your mouth or your players' mouths, and you'd like to move away. Maybe you'd rather support other companies because of all this mess. Great. Now, there's some argument that fragmenting into all these different fantasy systems is bad for the hobby. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily the case, because really, only the game master has to know the rules. And once folks learn the basic procedures for any RPG, it's really easy to hop around. We've never had any trouble switching between systems back in the day. And even today, the game master just tells folks what to roll, and that's what we did. Try it for a session or two. It's not like getting married that you can't switch once in a while. For example, one of my players ran a DCC game for us very recently, and we had a blast. And I didn't know all of the rules, and I don't own the rule books. Try something different. It's like opening the windows and getting some fresh air in the room in your fantasy game. Give it a try. Can't hurt. Should you play non-fantasy? Yes. 1,000 times yes. Right now, the hobby is D&D. On the TV show, the cartoon show, Craig of the Creek, they play a game called Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. Now, let me tell you, as a game master, I can't do that forever, week in and week out. And I know there's more to fantasy games than just dungeons, but it really can occupy a lot of your time. So players, please be open to other genres. It takes us all out of our comfort zone, where we're used to rolling for initiative, looking at our spell lists, etc. But it might take you places you never thought you'd go. I bet a lot of players would really love to swing across New York City playing Spider-Man in classic Marvel or Mutants and Masterminds or something. Or beam down to an alien world playing something like Star Trek. Or maybe explore Creepy Mansion in Cthulhu. Heck, I'd even play an evening of Scooby-Doo. Now, as game masters, we're not really off the hook either. Now, for myself, and total honesty here, I sometimes hesitate to run other genres in my regular campaign. Because I know I have a group that shows up week in and week out for fantasy. And we don't want to ruin a good thing and lose good players. But there's another question we have to ask. And that question is Is it a good thing to get stale and burned out with D&D? And you could search D&D burnout all you like on YouTube or on the internet. Now, we're also thinking, well, players have preferences about games. And we're thinking, well, I don't want to run a 6-month superhero game or science fiction game if that means, 1 or 2 players aren't going to be into it and they're not going to show up. But maybe we could be open to things. Maybe we can think about mini campaigns or one-shots. As with everything, discuss it with your players. Would you be open maybe every 4th week or every 4th session being a different genre? Which one? And if it's going well, you could certainly say, look, this is going well. We seem to be having a good time. Could we continue this maybe for a few more sessions, a little longer than we originally planned? The dungeon maps will still be there when you want them again. So here's some things to think about in closing, or at least that I'm thinking about in closing. I think the most positive thing about this OGL problem is it can wean us away from being controlled by one brand, and I'm including myself in that. Sure, there have always been other games and genres, but let's be honest, they haven't had the play time. Let's change that in 2023. Let's not only have a great time at the table, but let's make the table bigger. Make the table longer, bring in different games, different genres, new spins on old things, and especially inviting new people. Get those Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, and other fans, get them to your table for a session or two if you can. Personally, I think we all need to get out of the warm blanket that's D&D. And that blanket definitely needs to go in the wash after all this time anyway. Fly through the air, hurtle through space, step through time. The future of this hobby is about what you and I do, not any corporation, any single rule system, or any license. Let's make 2023 the most imaginative ever. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you can share this video with your friends, I thank you in advance. We're moving forward, whether any company likes it or not. And if you'd like to check out the titles from Sharp Mountain Games, you can see our 2 in-print adventures, The Dwarven Pickup Truck and The Sky Tree, at Amazon, Lulu, or drivethrurpg. You can also check out our digital titles, which include adventures, map packs, new character classes, and character cards, and they're at drivethrurpg or the Roll20 Marketplace. Wherever you like to shop, odds are that we're there. So you know what to do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All the links to our products are in the description below. And thanks, and we hope to see you again soon.